Hello everyone, this is Nick Rashawn and here's my 2012 Audi TTRS that's currently for sale. So it's ibis white with a black interior. I will just do a walkthrough and show you everything there is to see. So the engine is a built motor by IRAS Motorsports out of Las Vegas. You can see the full build list on my blog or on the classified ad, but basically all the internals were updated, a board head, block, etc., etc. So she has a little over 500 wheel horsepower on an ethanol blend, or in the mid 400s on regular 91 pump gas. Right now it has a stock intake on it because I'm in California, and she's able to pass smog this way, but you could obviously put the 034 or any other aftermarket intake on there for a little bit more horsepower if you'd like. Otherwise, it looks fairly stock. It's in great condition. The car itself has 42,000 miles on it, but the motor build only has about 8,000 miles on it. So not a whole lot else to see there. The front clip is clear broad and expel at about 20,000 miles. It's in great shape. There's one little ding you can see down here from hitting, I think, a bird or something like that on the freeway. It is mostly a cut in the clear bra, if you can see it. You could simply remove the clear bra and you can see the edge of the clear bra right there. So you could remove that clear bra and it would actually remove the blemish. But personally, I like having the clear bra on there to protect it and don't mind the ding because, as you can see, I zoom away to about here and it's gone. So it's really only going to bother you if you're super up close. But otherwise, it's in great shape. The clear corners on the headlights, these are not E-codes that are the US original headlights, just with a blacked out turn signal. So it works really nicely. Yeah. Cool. Next, let's talk suspension, wheels, and handling. So you can see here, I have the stock wheels back on. About 30 seconds of tire tread left, so still plenty, maybe 6. They're the OEM calipers. I painted them red with the Brembo decals. They're 4-piston Brembos, I believe. It's got Giro-disc lightweight rotors on it, EBC red brake pads, Motul RBF 600 brake fluid, stainless steel brake lines from 034 Motorsports. And it's lowered on MSS kit springs, which are adjustable. So I believe this is the lowest setting you can go, but you can take it up much higher if the roads suck where you're at, or you just want a little bit more cushion and ground clearance. But personally, I love it. It's a very OEM plus look. You can sort of see as I pan back, it's pretty flush there in the back too, a little higher in the rear, both to make it ride better, and also that's sort of what Audi recommends in terms of having a slight rake. So otherwise, the side of the car is in great shape. The expel clear bra is basically from this line on down and then all the way forward. So the whole front clip is clear broad. It's also got the carbon fiber OEM option. This was an $1,800 option because of the same mirrors as the Audi R8. So kind of an insane option. I wouldn't pay for it personally, but they're really nice. And you can see there too, there's clear bra protecting these as well. So this side is free of defects or issues. It's in really, really good shape. You can see there a little clear bra where the door handle is so that you don't ding it with your rings or anything. Rear, same thing with the brakes and suspension, MSS kits. I actually have a second set of rear springs that are the kit spring rates, so they're a little stiffer for the track. Obviously OEM calipers, Giro-disc rotors, stainless steel lines, same brake fluid. Another thing I didn't mention before, it has titanium lug bolts. Saves you a little unsprung weight, and I think it's just a nice touch to look really good too. So there you go. We'll pan back forward. Coming to the rear of the car, you can see it's a hatchback, which is awesome. Makes the car super practical. I can share you some posts where I've put 4 sets of wheels and tires, or 1 set of 4 wheels and tires, into the back going to the track or whatever. So you can fit a surprisingly large amount of stuff in here. OEM exhaust outlets from there. It's actually Corsa mufflers and then a hollowed downpipe. I also have a secondary cat bypass system that I can include with the sale. It's got a rubber TT trunk lid. All the tools are included, of course. These fold down, that removes. Nothing too exciting down here. LEDs for the license plates. As we close that, carbon fiber rings, but I'm happy to put it back to the OEM badges if you want. And it's got the OEM wing option, which I think looks really, really nice. You can see they're not too aggressive, just the right amount of cool. No real dings, defects, etc. There's one small chip right there. And I think that's about all I know of on the back. Okay, on this side, same story, really good shape. Looks like this wheel has a small amount of curb rash that was repaired only so-so. It's not a perfect match there. Otherwise, great shape on this side. I actually had this rocker panel repainted about 2,000 miles ago due to some small damage. I must have ran over something on the road. It was bothering me. It was mostly on the underside, which you can't really see, but I wanted to have it perfect. There is also a little ding right here from scraping something that is mostly buffed out, not too noticeable, hasn't really bothered me, but it's there. Otherwise, same thing. Paint's in really good shape. It was ceramic coated when I got it. I use a ton of detailing supplies I'll show you in a minute. Same with the roof, great shine, great condition. OEM carbon fiber, once again. There's me, you can see even the windows are in nice shape. Paint's still good over here, no real issues on this side. And coming all the way around sort of completes the walk-around tour of the car, but I just love how this thing looks. It's small, it's aggressive. It's definitely a pocket rocket. I think the red calipers also just kind of give it a nice pop, but otherwise it could be a sleeper if you don't know what you're looking at, or a lot of people that do know what they're looking at give me a nice thumbs up or peace sign as I'm driving by. Inside, this car is known as a mini R8, not just because of its performance and speed, but because it shares a ton from the parts bin. The seats are the same as a Gen 1 R8, which is ridiculous other than it says TTRS instead of R8, I believe. Obviously 6-speed manual, it's the only way that they came. I have carbon fiber trim in here, which looks really, really great, sports it up a notch. Otherwise, pretty OEM. You can see there it's got the LED lighting package, which I think was like an extra $800 or something stupid. Doors, the rest of it's pretty uninteresting and unexciting. It does have a rear seat. I can tell you it's not much to write home about. All right, turning it on, you can see there it's got about 41,606 miles. That shouldn't go up very much because I'm not driving a leather from 40,000 miles. Also some scuffs on the scuff plate here, which happen. The seat bolsters are actually in really good shape. I had OEM wingbacks in here for a good 10,000 miles, so the seats really only have about 30,000 miles. This is the driver's side, which is probably the most worn. Otherwise, you can see here, really good shape with the leather. Even the steering wheel, you can see there's not really any wearing or tearing. I'm glad it's not Alcantara because those tend to look awful after a long time, but even the wheel leather's in great shape. Passenger seat looks brand new. There's really no wear and tear. I use a lot of good products to maintain them, and it's held up well. Door card over there, everything's good. I have a radar detector installed. You can have it if you want. And headliner, sorry for the lighting here, kind of sucks, but also next to rev and a few drive-bys. Okay, and last but not least are the extras. So I have a laminated binder here of every receipt from the really small ones, like getting a one piece of carbon fiber coverage on the front lip, to rather large ones. Like let's see here. That's the rest of the clear boss. So that was $1,700. Here's getting the springs installed for $570. Passing smog, that's always a big deal here in California. A custom alignment for another $110 to get a more track-oriented spec. Basic service, it looks like. Another alignment. I think that was actually the previous alignment. 35,000 mile service. This one looks like replacing a headlight range control module that they just reset through software, if I remember correctly. The first time I had my HREs refinished, which isn't really relevant. Here is all the documentation from iRose on the tune. So you can see here, they recommend how often you change your oil, 5,000 miles. I've been doing better than that. What oil they recommend using. You can adjust the tune to 91, 93, or E35 ethanol mix. How to do that, I can include a VAGCOM cable for the right price. It also has launch control, a bunch of other cool stuff. It does warn you about oil consumption. I've never even had to top off the oil, but I do check it religiously. Looks like here's where I did the hollowed out downpipe, as well as replace the exhaust system. Here's another one for just oil change. And that's when I had my European Recaros installed. Here's the full build list. So you can see here, this was a rather hefty one, about $12,000 all said and done. So we got upgraded pistons, i.e. connecting rods and beams, rod bearings, ARP head studs, board block, Zona rotor hybrid 600, Autotech high pressure fuel pump, labor to do everything, and there's actually a page 2 on this, I believe. Reattach more labor, the tune and the clutch as well. So I'd already paid $6,700 plus $4,264. You can see a $500 discount because they damaged my bumper while it was there. I've since had that bumper repaired so that it's not an issue. All right, so that was a fun one. This is actually then the receipt for getting the bumper fixed from iRose, as well as that side skirt I had mentioned earlier. Here's the rest of the exhaust work. Here is a PPI that I had done, and unfortunately the valve cover had to be replaced, a small boost leak. Also did spark plugs, oil filter, engine oil, etc., etc. They went through everything. I believe they made a note somewhere, but you can call them. They're super cool guys, and they will talk to you about my car. It's North County Audi. And then let's see here, new battery. Had to do it. And another smog test that was just done, it looks like in February, so I might need it redone depending on when this sells. On top of that, we've got spare parts. So I've got a OSIR rear diffuser, if you're interested in that. Look at that shine, you can see the car really cool. This is all super disorganized, but I've got a spare parts bin here with the OEM trim, wheel spacers. I've got the OEM intercooler, extra fluids in case you ever need them. I got the secondary cat bypass. I have the OEM calipers front and rear, more catalytic converters, and then this is the OEM springs right there. I think that's all, but if I find anything else, it's obviously yours as well. So I think that's it. Thanks for checking out my 2012 Audi TTRS. My name is Nick. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have about the car, the build. Obviously, it's a labor of love. I had it for 3 years. Before that, I had a B7 S4, a B7 A4, both heavily modified 82 Audi Coupe that I raced in Lemons. I'm a through and through car guy. You can see here, also a bit of a cleaning freak here, lots of detail supplies. Also, you can see an old grill that I replaced just because a few of them cracked. So I'm obsessed with taking really good care of my cars. This car's been no exception. I'm gonna miss it. I'm only selling it because I have a daughter on the way and it's not super family friendly and I don't have a ton of garage space. So it's time for the next home. Someone will really love her. I hope that's you. Thanks for checking it out and I look forward to hearing from you.